Welcome back to Reading with Mani. I'm Mani and it's the end of March. It's actually the last day. I'm very late with this, but I want to get out a video on my April TBR. I might whiz through this and upload it tonight. Who knows? Anyway, I think I've mentioned before on this channel, if you're new here, hi. I'm new too, but anyway, that I am that I would consider myself a mood reader in general. I tend to just pick up what I'm most excited about at that moment, or my most recent purchase. But I participated in a readathon in March. If you are, again, if you've been here before, my last 5 videos have been about the readathon. It was a readathon hosted by Mel from a book fiend named Mel. I found it to be quite fun, and I still managed to read what I wanted to read by using the prompts. So, this month in April there are 2 readathons that I'm actually quite interested in joining. One of them is the Magical Readathon, hosted by G from Book Roast. This is an extremely popular readathon. All the last videos I've watched from all the booktubers I follow have been about the Aurelium Academy Spring Equinox, which is the readathon happening now in April, and everyone choosing their callings and what subjects they're going to study and all of that. And I thought it was quite fun. I didn't join last year when I first joined BookTube because I was quite new. I didn't create my character or do any of those things, but I did do the questionnaire thingy to choose your guild, and I got I was between 2 guilds. Where did I put that? Where is that? I have a lot of pages printed out for this. Here. I was between Mindwalker and Archivist, and I think I preferred Archivist, I think. But I haven't really chosen much else because, yeah, the mini readathon that happened in March, I didn't really participate. I could technically just say that I did read books that could fit some prompts, but yeah, I haven't really given much thought to it that yet. I am very behind. But I do want to participate in this readathon, so yes, I am choosing a calling, and that is proving to be sort of impossible for me. Because look what I did. I printed out the syllabus. Don't know if you'll be able to see this because my ring light is currently blinding. I think that's better. I color-coded the subjects. I color-coded the subjects that I have books for the prompts or that I'm interested in fulfilling. Also taking into account what kind of career I would like for my character, or for me, because it's me. So yeah, I have a few options. I have narrowed it down to 2 callings, I think. Because I cannot read... Wait, I need to fix the lighting now again. I don't think the lighting is correct now and it's shaky, but anyway, I'm just gonna continue this book. This video is gonna be a mess. It doesn't matter. There are many callings, and some of them have 2 or 3 prompts, which I think is too low of a number for me, and others have like 7, 8, and I don't think I will be able to read that much in April. A few more classes I'm teaching are starting in April, so I will have considerably less time to read and also film and edit videos. I do have a week of holidays because it's Easter, what we call here in Uruguay Semana de Turismo, because we are a secular country. Which is the first week of April, which is the second week of April. So I do have that week free, but I'm actually taking a road trip with my parents and my siblings around Uruguay. I probably will be able to get some reading done in the car, which will be fun, because I'm getting my new Kindle also. Oh my god, April is gonna be amazing. I'm very excited, in case you can tell. But I don't think I will be able to read 8 books like I've managed for March, which is pretty much unheard of during the year for me. So I'm aiming for between 4 and 5, and from those I have chosen 2 callings that have between 4 and 5 prompts to read. One of them is the Story Weaver, which has 4, and the other one is the Rift Architect, which has 5. Now my problem is that you cannot, that I need to decide what books. I've had some problems with this. But here is my tentative TBR. I may change this, or I may decide that there's another book that fits another prompt and then go with another one. I have other backup choices like the Moon Warden and the Beastmaster and the Scribe, but we shall see. So what are my options? For the Rift Architect, which I think is the one I'm gonna go for mostly, I don't know, we have to study astronomy, and the reading prompt for that is top of your to be read list. Now for that I am going with Once Upon a River, which I'll put the picture up here because I still don't have my physical copy, but it is coming. I have technically started this, but it's not even 100 pages. Like, it's way less. I will have to check when I get the physical copy actually, because you know it's different on a digital one, but I've read just a few chapters. So yeah, I am definitely counting it. I'm sorry, but I'm counting it because that is definitely at the top of my TBR, because I need to finish that, because from what I've read, yes, it's the book. It's another book for me from Diane Setterfield. So yes, it starts out in this establishment by the Thames near to Oxford, I think it is, where people gather. I think it's like an inn or bar or some tavern, something. And suddenly a man appears, super injured, with an apparently dead girl in his arms, and then the girl lives. Like, she was dead and then she comes back to life. That's all I know, except that then nobody knows who the girl is and different families are claiming her. I don't know. Yeah, it's Diane Setterfield. I've only ever read The 13th Tale by her, but yes, she's already a favorite author. I don't know. The lighting is bothering me. Okay, I cannot fix the lighting apparently. Anyway, moving on. The next one is Conjuration, and for that I need to read Source of Light on the cover, and for that I am going with Clara and the Sun. There is a sun there. So yes, it's a Source of Light. This is also on the top of my TBR because I've been waiting for this book for practically a year. So yes, we're also buddy reading it with my friend Lucia, I think. Possibly, if she gets it. I think she got it. I don't know, maybe from the library. She's in Canada, so it's much easier to get books than here. What? I will forever moan about that fact, I am sorry. So, Clara and the Sun is about an artificial friend called Clara. So I think this is a future dystopia kind of thing. So it could also, I think it could count for a book set in the future, but we'll get to that later. And yes, she's the narrator of the story. She's waiting in the store to be picked up by a family, and well, we go from there, I think. I love Kazuo Ishiguro. I'm currently finishing An Artist of the Floating World by him, and I have read many of his other books, and yeah, he's one of my favorite authors, so I know I'm gonna love this. Next, I need to read Spells and Incantations, and for that you need to read a short story or essay or compilation of stories and essays. And for that, I have A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. Now, I have never read anything by Virginia Woolf, I think. So I am kind of excited. I bought this recently. I actually found this on my local bookstore. It's quite short, which is a good thing, I think. Yes. It's an essay about the emancipation of women and how having a room of one's own allows them to have freedom. I don't know, I really want to read this. I think it would be good for my general education and maybe a good introduction to Virginia Woolf, because I also bought Orlando by Virginia Woolf. I really love this edition. It seems so nice. And this would also count for my inscription subject, which the prompt for that is intimidating read. I am very intimidated by this book. I'm not usually intimidated by books, but I have never read Virginia Woolf. She's just such a, you know, it's a classic, and it's such a like a powerhouse of a writer apparently, and and yes, I've never read anything by her, so I don't know. It might be too much to read 2 Virginia Woolfs in 1 month, maybe. although this is just an essay and it's very short, so I should be able to do this, but I am intimidated by this. So this book is about, it spans 3 centuries, and it's about this man from the Elizabethan court, and then he comes back as a woman. That's all I know. Like he goes to sleep and he wakes up as a woman centuries later, I think. I'm very intrigued. I know that this is supposed to be like super lyrical, and I don't know. That's probably why I'm quite intimidated by it, but it's not that long either, and I should read this. I mean, I have read many classics, and I've read many classics that seem more intimidating than this, so I should be able to read this with no problem. So definitely an option. And then the last prompt for the, what was it I said this calling? Oh my god, the Rift Architect. The last prompt for the Rift Architect is psionics and divination. That's the subject, and then the prompt is book set in the future. Now, I'm going to count Sea of Tranquility for this by Emily St. John Mandel. I'll put a picture somewhere. This book is coming out now, the 5th of April, and I'm super excited. My own physical copy probably won't arrive until the end of April, but I am just gonna get the digital copy too and read it, because I need to start it as soon as it comes out, because there's no way I'm waiting for this book. So this book is about, there's 3 main timelines. There's one character at the beginning of the 20th century. He comes from somewhere and he gets lost in the Canadian wilderness, like in the forests up there, and then there's this music, something. Then there's another character who comes from, I think, oh my god, I should really look this up, shouldn't I? This is very bad. I'm a bad booktuber. Okay, so then there's this writer. She comes from the future and from the moon colony. And then there's a 3rd timeline, I think, in which there's a detective investigating something weird that's going on with this music that was at the beginning, like a violin thing, and then the woman, the writer, is writing about that. Again, I don't know. I can't wait to read it. I have only read 2 books by Emily St. John Mandel, but again, another favorite author. So yes, that's it. Now, the other calling that I have considered is the Story Weaver. I don't know why I'm showing this, you can't see this. But that one has 4 prompts. Now, the first one is Art of Illusion, the first subject, let's say. Art of Illusion, and the prompt for that is book with a trope you like. Here I have many options. I could go with Once Upon a River, because it has like this mysterious town where things are happening, and yeah, like a whole cast of characters with different stories. I really like that trope. I could also go with Clara and the Sun, because I like when a narrator is like from outside humanity and passes good judgment on what being a human is, like that kind of thing. Also, it's like kind of science fiction-y, and I love anything to do with science fiction, so that could count. So I'm not entirely sure which one I would choose if I went for this one, but I'm sure I can find something that will count for this prompt. Then we also have Inscription again, which is another intimidating read, which again I could go with Orlando, or I could go with, there's another book that I've been meaning to read that I'm kind of intimidated by, and that's Cloud Cuckoo Land by, can't remember, by Anthony Doerr, I think that's how you say it. So I'm kind of intimidated by that book because Obama recommended it. And I'm afraid I'm not gonna like it because I've heard some mixed reviews, but I am intrigued by it because again, we follow different timelines. Apparently that's a thing with me lately. We follow different timelines. It's kind of a science fiction, literary fiction kind of thing. And yes, there's like this story that travels around through the ages, basically. I can't really remember, but yes, that's another possibility for the intimidating read. Then I have Lore, and the prompt for that is mythology inspired, and for that I am really excited to read this book, and I think that if I don't go with this calling, I'm still gonna try to read it. Nice Mischief Acts by Zoe Gilbert. This came out really recently, and it's based on the myth, the British myth of Herne the Hunter. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's like a spirit of the forest kind of thing. And yeah, I'm really excited to read that, and it's mythology inspired, so yes. And finally, again, for the Storyweaver calling, we have Psionics and Divination again, and that again would be a book set in the future, for which again I could choose need to stop saying again. For that I could choose Sea of Tranquility or Cloud Cuckoo Land. Cloud Cuckoo Land is also has a future setting, I think. So I have options, that's my point here. And I think that the problem is that sometimes I don't deal well with choices, with like options. I'm kind of indecisive. I think I will need to know what, I don't know. But that's what I'm at right now. Other possible prompts that I could fulfill would be Restoration, which would go for quite a few of the others callings that I saw. That would be a book featuring healers, and Once Upon a River has a healer. It's one of the first characters that appears, so that's all I know. Then I have Alchemy, which is a book featuring romance, which I'm not sure anything. I think Orlando has romance. Could go with that one, maybe. Animal Studies, a quick read. That could be anything, because anything that is less than 300 pages for me is quite a quick read. I do read quite quickly if I get into it in general, so I don't know. That could be anything. And which other one do I have that could be a possibility? Oh, Elemental Studies. That would be another one. That would be book under 100 pages. And I've only got one book, at least physically. I haven't checked digitally, but I don't think so. I have only one book that is less than 100 pages, and that is The Importance of Being Earnest, which is this tiny play. I think it doesn't even reach 50 pages. 54. It has 54 pages. So if I wanted to go with any of these other callings, like Moon Warden or Beastmaster or Scribe, I could just chuck this in here. I don't know, I'm not particularly drawn to reading this right now, but again, it's a play and it's 54 pages, so I think I can read this quite quickly. It's inscribed by a friend. I had forgotten about this. That's nice. Look how nice. I love inscriptions in books. Anyway, that is all for this video, I think. This has been a hot mess. I think I've been recording for like 20 minutes. I don't know how. So that is my TBR for April, tentatively. These are the physical ones that could be possibilities to fill out prompts, and I have a whole bunch of digital books as well. So those are the options that I have for the Aurelium Academy Readathon Spring Equinox. That's a whole big title. There is another readathon that I am kind of interested in participating in, but it's easier to fit prompts to, and that is the Realm of Reads Readathon or Realm-A-Thon. That is hosted by Cassidy from Books with Cassidy, if I remember correctly. Again, I'll leave all the information up below. I have just printed out like a list of prompts because they have like different sectors, kingdoms, things in this realm. They're all warring with each other using magic, and each realm has like a specific subgenre of fantasy. I haven't chosen which one I would like to be in, but I think whimsical fantasy, because that's what I read, although none of the books that I have on my TBR right now are like whimsical fantasy. Oh no, wait, maybe Mischief Acts is? This is a mess. Anyway, but the thing is that you can still choose any other genre and then fit the prompts, and the prompts are much broader. And you can fit many prompts for at least up to 5. You can fit up to 5 prompts per book. So for example, if I were to read Clara and the Sun, for example, I could fit it for the prompt that decreases points for other realms. For read a book with red on the cover, which I just showed you is red. Read a short book. It's less than 300 pages, I think, so that counts as short for me. Discover a powerful artifact, which is to read a sci-fi, and hand-to-hand combat, which is a body read because I am reading it with my best friend. So that fits 4 prompts, just right off the bat, right? And so on for the other ones. For example, I do Cloud Cuckoo Land, for example, would be increasing prompts for me because increasing points for me for my own realm, because it would be an author new to me, it would be an ebook, and it would be a book with an author from a country different than yours, which is all of the books on my TBR, and for the last yeah, except I read from one Uruguayan author this year actually, but yes, mostly I read from English speaking authors, so they're all from different countries than me. So yeah, that again fit like 3 prompts, or 4. Read a chunky book, that one is longer. So yes, that's more or less how that readathon works. So I'm gonna try to see if I can just sign up for the kingdom, the realm that I want, and then just see during the month what prompts I can fit with the books I end up reading, because again, who knows if I'm actually going to be reading this. I mean, no, definitely. I'm definitely reading Clara and the Sun, and I am definitely reading Once Upon a River. Like those are set in stone basically at this point, but I don't know about the other ones. Something and Sea of Tranquility. I am definitely reading Sea of Tranquility. What is wrong with me? I need to go to sleep. It's 8 o'clock at night and I already need to go to sleep. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Now I've been recording for 25 minutes and this is not going better. So I'm just gonna go see if this is at all usable or if I need to record this again, and I'll see you in the next one, which I don't know if I'll be able to do weekly vlogs for these readathons like I did for the Roll of Reads readathon, which was a lot of fun, but I did have a lighter workload in March and I don't have that now. The year is starting. Anyway, I don't know what my next video will be, so I shall see you when I see you, or actually you will see me in my next video. Bye, happy reading.